Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tech Life Weekly. I'm Terralina from BizChicks, and we just want to welcome you to our wrap up for the week regarding tech. Francine is out today, so I am here hosting along with Terry Johnson online everywhere, who will be joining us shortly, all the way from New York City. She will be in the house. But before we do that, we always like to talk a little bit about this week in tech history. So I'd love to share a few items and articles regarding this week in tech history. So let's get started. July 21st, 1999, Apple introduces the iBook laptop, the first mainstream computer designed and sold with built in wireless networking. Hey, built in wireless networking. Wow. That's a winner. And it seems like it's been longer than 1999, but it really hasn't. Hasn't even been 25 years since we've had wireless laptops. Wow. Let's go to July 20th, 1969. The Eagle has landed. Yes, the Eagle, the Apollo 11 lunar module, successfully lands in the area of the moon known as the Sea of Tranquility. We can just breathe, right? The Sea of Tranquility. Um, Upon landing, Neil Armstrong utters the now famous phrase, "The Eagle has landed." About 6 hours later, while setting foot on the moon, he utters an even more famous phrase. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. I remember those phrases. Do you? And I always wonder where that phrase came from. The eagle has landed. Interesting. I think I want to talk about Intel today because, you know, there may be a shortage of chips because we lost a plant not too long ago. But anyway, July 18th, 1968, Robert Noyce, Andy Grove, and Gordon Moore incorporate Intel in Santa Clara, California to build Microsoft processors. The first processor, the 4004, was released in 1971 for use in calculators. IBM's choice of the Intel 8088 processor for use in the IBM PC led to Intel's engineers as the premier manufacturer of processors still to this day. Okay, let's talk a little bit about. Did you know that today was Happy World Emoji Day? July 17th, 2024. Jeremy Burge, founder of Arajapedia, creates World Emoji Day, a celebration of emojis, the now ubiquitous icons we use in text communication to visually represent emotional cues. Burge chose the date of July 17th because Apple's emoji for calendar displays July 17th in reference to the date that Steve Jobs originally introduced Apple's iCalendar software. Oh, so that's how we got the date. Interesting. World Emojis Day has become so popular that it has influenced the design of the calendar emoji on other platforms. Originally, companies other than Apple used a variety of emojis on other platforms. I didn't realize that. Originally, companies other than Apple used these varieties of dates on their calendar emoji. As World Emoji Day grew in popularity, the various dates caused confusion. So, as of the writing of this article in 2023, most major platforms now display July 17th on their calendar emoji as the date. Software and Facebook being notable exceptions. Okay, Microsoft and Facebook have different national emoji days. Okay, all righty, we can get to that. It's okay to be different. I do want to talk about the brown box. July 17th, 1970, because we are talking this week in tech history. Brown box demonstrated to Microsoft VP Ralph Baer demonstrates the video game system he invented, simply called the Brown Box, to Magnavox Engineering, Production, and Marketing Management. And this was done in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Previously, Baer had demoed the Brown Box to some other TV manufacturers, including RCA, GE, Zenith, Sylvania, and Magnavox. Um, all, all done without any licensing agreements. A licensing agreement with RCA was written but canceled in March of that year. It was the demo that Magnavox VP of Marketing present that would eventually lead to the creation of the first home video game system, the Magnavox Odyssey. Anybody remember the Odyssey? And the birth of the video game industry. So I wonder if Bayer ever really got compensated for creating that. See, don't be showing everybody your stuff before you see an attorney. Okay. And we're going to conclude with this one. July 16th, 1969, Apollo 11 is launched from the Cape Kennedy, Florida, on the way to becoming the first space mission to land men on the moon. There you go. So with that, I just want to say we have a lot of information today about the moon. But Fran always likes to have a little, what do you call it, trivia going on. So I found a little quiz for us today. Good morning, everyone. A little quiz for us today. And I guess I should put my name under here so people know that it's me talking, huh? Let's see if I can find that. We're doing double duty today, so let's see here. Give me a second. Okay, so here's our quiz for today. What was the first mobile phone to market with a capacitive touch screen? So what mobile phone had the first touch screen? Was it Palm Trio? Number one. Number two, LG KE850. Was it the Apple iPhone, or was it the Droid Razor? So let me put a little music on here, and I'll repeat the question. Okay, what was the first mobile phone to market with a capacitive touch screen? Was it the Palm Trio? Was it the LG KE850? That's number two. Number three, was it the iPhone? Or number four, was it the Droid Razor? So we'll give you a few seconds to put either 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat. So number one, Palm Trio. Number two, LG KE850. Number three, Apple phone. Number four, Droid Razor. We're doing a quiz here. How you doing, Carlos? And we are talking about what was the first mobile phone to market with a capacitive touchscreen. Carlos says, I had the Tria and the handspring. Okay. All right. Let's turn off this music. And the answer is the LG KE850. Yeah. LG had it first. It says, although the Sega Dreamcast was discontinued in 2001, this console exclusive received a DLC update in 2017. It was announced in December 2006 and shipped in May of '07. The LGKE 850 Prada was the first mobile phone to be sold with a capacitive touchscreen, arriving a month before the iPhone. In fact, an LG executive at the time accused Apple of copying the Prada. Hmm when it was unveiled and won a product design award in 2006. LG's phone had a 3-inch pix 240 by 400 pixel display. Uh, it just was phenomenal for its time. By the time the BlackBerry Storm 2 didn't have a capacitive touchscreen, but was instead the first and remains the only smartphone to have a full clickable touchscreen powered by sensors under the display. So, everybody was chasing LG. And it seems like the person who Apple stuck with it and they reaped the benefits. So, good morning, everyone. You also had the Palm 5, he says, and the Window SE. Wow. You just have been keeping up with everything. I don't think I really had a real grip on a cell phone until much later. So, congratulations, Carlos, for being the people who are first to adapt. Isn't that what they call first adapters? Yes, he said he also had the Magic Cap from Sony. I don't really remember that at all. The Magic Cap. What was that like, Carlos? What did it look like? So, with that, I always like to give you a little bit of tech, what would you call it? Just tech news, something to sort of stimulate how we feel. He says he loved it. Google it. It was crazy. Okay. Magic Cap from Sony. Okay. So with that, I'm going to just say hi to everyone who's watching live and those of you watching on the replay. And we're going to get started with a couple of what would you call it? Articles, I call them, from this day in what's going on in tech. So let's see if I know you can see me scrolling through the screen as I try to show you this article. So let me see how it looks over here on StreamYard. Okay. Here we go. We're full screen. And da, 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 da. This is the Brazil's Imabar plane. It is going to be so commercially popular that people will actually be able to ride in it for like $100 a ride. They are getting ready to deploy thousands of these, like over 3,000 of these. I'm sorry, I want to zoom in so you can see it better. It released images of how the future aircraft might look in flight, but they're going to start an airline taxi line in Brazil. And they are really, really excited about it. I'm kind of excited about it too. The fact that it is going commercial much sooner than we thought it would be going. So I I want to congratulate them on this, and I'm going to read a little bit from this article. If you can just bear with me for just a second. Let's see if we can pull up the article itself. And hold on a minute. Just a second. No, wrong one. Okay. All right. So let me come out so I can read the article to you. Do, 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 do. It says here that the Brazilian playmaker Embera says a new factory will be built in San Pablo to produce electric flying taxis, which it hopes to take to the skies by 2026. The aircraft will be made by its subsidiary EVE, will reassemble a small helicopter with enough space for up to 6 customers. It envisions a trip will cost $50 to $100 per person. Eve says it already has orders for almost 300 air taxis. It hopes to assemble a prototype this year. U.S. regulators recently released a timeline for this taxi to be flying as early as 2025. The electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft will not need a runway, but it can travel long distances like an aeroplane. Electric motors should reduce noise and pollution compared with standard planes. It's been argued the aircraft could help reduce traffic congestion in crowded cities without being too expensive for customers. They have also been seen as an alternative to transporting cargo. The factory will be built um, outside 87 miles outside of Sao Paulo, Brazil's economic capital. So the drone-like passenger vehicles will initially be used in taxi fleets. The first flights will have a pilot, but a later rollout of self-piloted, oh my gosh, vehicles is also in the company's plans. The vehicles will be 100% electric, allowing for emission-free flights. Ah, what do you guys think of that?
Wow.
I know. 3,000 of those bad boys buzzing around the city and eventually unpiloted. I'm wondering what is that going to do to their air traffic controllers?
Mm,
Or will
I
they be
don't
managed by
know. I don't
or will
know.
they, or will they be managed by drone operators?
Could
But
be.
I mean, I knew this day was coming, Terry, but I didn't think it was coming this quickly and this much and at such a reasonable cost.
Well, it's common. Lots of things are common, so I'm just saying, get ready.
Yes. And so I thought that that was something worth sharing, that it's coming up so quickly. Uh, I was just like, oh my gosh. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Carlos, you said all I need is safety records and a parachute with airbags. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you, Carlos. I'm like, especially if it's piloted. I'm just like, that just freaks me out. It's sort of like the unmanned cars, Terry. I don't know. I don't know if I'm
I'm
ready
ready
for
for all of it.
it.
I'm ready for all of it. There's a story I have that I'm ready for. So, it's in this vein of, tech that people
Tech that
won't
we
like,
can
but I
use.
love it.
Yes. Oh
I'm
my
ready.
goodness. Well, we are ready for you, TJ. We've had our trivia course and we talked about this week in tech history, and
Okay.
we are ready to find out what is
Oh,
happening in the world of tech. So let me put you in the seat of authority
the
and
sea of
get ready
authority.
and get ready as our subject
The
matter
sea of
expert.
authority.
Yes, ma'am.
The sea
Yes, ma'am. We are ready for you. Let me find your banner just a second.
It's okay. I gotta charge my iPad. I hope it holds holds together.
Oh, it'll hold together.
Got to charge it. Uh-oh. Go away, Siri. I don't need you now.
There you go.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week social media news and update. So we got a lot of stuff. Hold on to your hats. As I said, there is one story that I am really excited about. So
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna let you guess which one it is. All right, let me see where do I want to start? Let me start with Snapchat. Now I have a new note taking system.
Oh,
So let
uh-huh.
me get because my Evernote, I said a couple of times Evernote was triple pasting and messing up my stuff. So
Oh.
I'm trying to try this new one out. So let me get my bearings. Oh, I got a lot of notes. Okay. All right, let's start with Snapchat. Snapchat has announced enhanced 3D Bitmoji designs. So they have an
Mhm.
upgrade for their Bitmoji characters, which will enhance the looks of their 3D models and could facilitate broader use of these depictions in new contexts. That's from the story. So Snap has a quote. They're saying this new avatar style improves characteristics like hair texture, face shading, and body proportions. Your Bitmoji can now have a bolder smile, a
Oh.
more astonished face when they're surprised, and you can express even the most subtle and nuanced emotions. Plus, we're improving how you engage with your Bitmoji, like enhanced editing that allows you to modify your avatar in 3D using zoom and rotating features to get a closer look. Okay,
Mm.
so they're saying that the updated avatars will essentially interact better with 3D environments. And this is important for the metaverse. So I believe Meta is doing some things we talked about last week with their avatars. They're all getting ready for VR. They're getting ready for VR.
Oh.
So
Okay. I didn't know
app
why they kept working on these
they want your
emojis.
avatar to look more like you, like expressions,
Mhm, to
because
be
that goes
more
into
realistic.
VR.
Okay.
All right, so Snap is working on that. Let's see. Let me go up. Let's talk about Microsoft. Microsoft has a lot of stuff. Oh, I got a little search button. Okay. All right, Microsoft Teams. If you use Microsoft Teams, they're adding AI powered makeup filters by Maybelline. See, again, we're getting into the fact of avatars and how you look on camera. So they're doing things to where you don't have to show up as you. You know,
Oh,
women, we have to put the full face, the hair, and the
yes.
this and that. So they're making it to where you can come on camera. So Microsoft Teams is a team collaboration software used by corporations where they have internal meetings, and it's like Slack. So they're
Mhm.
adding in digital makeup looks for Teams enterprises for users to apply during meetings.
Hmm.
So it's put on by Maybelline. It's a new set of virtual makeup filters, and
Okay.
they are going to apply 12 looks, and all the looks will provide a breakdown of the real world Maybelline products and shades being replicated by the filter so that users can recreate the makeup on their actual faces. So this is the tie-in why Maybelline is getting into it, because they can cross-reference it with their products. So
Yes.
if women see try on a lip color on the Microsoft team and then they like the way they look, they can go to the store and buy or order it online. So that's the
Mm.
tie-in with Maybelline. Maybelline bought Maybelline's parent company is L'Oreal. L'Oreal bought this company called where is it? Where is it? I just had it here. What's the name of the company? Oh, Modiface. It's an AR company focused on the beauty industry. So L'Oreal bought that. Maybelline's a part of that. So they're trying the tech out on this Microsoft Teams. So if you use
Oh,
Microsoft Teams, look out for that.
hmm.
Yeah. So another thing for Microsoft, Microsoft is binging. Microsoft is bringing
Yes.
Bing Chat to the enterprise. So here's another corporate level software update. So Bing Chat Enterprise is a version of Bing Chat with business focused data privacy and governance control. Ooh, sorry guys.
Mhm.
Drying up my throat here. This heat.
Yes, yes.
All right, so they're bringing this to Bing Chat Enterprise. So here's the quote: "We've heard from many corporate customers who are excited to empower their organizations with powerful new AI tools, but are concerned that their company's data will not be protected. So if you
Mm,
use Bing Chat Enterprise, what goes in and comes out remains protected, giving commercial customers managed access to better answers. Excuse me, better answers, greater efficiency, and new ways to be creative." Now, so there's a survey from a company called Cyberhaven.
uh-huh.
They say as many as 6.5% of employees have pasted company data in the chat GPT, while 3.1% have copied and pasted sensitive data to chat GPT. So there's a, they tell you when you're using these AI tools, don't put any personal information. A lot of the companies are telling their employees don't use chat GPT and others like that because they're putting company data in there. And
Company
so
secrets,
right.
company.
So everything you put in ChatGPT is being read. Assume that everything it probably is, but assume that everything you type into these AI tools are being stored and read by a computer, obviously, or a person. So you
And
don't want to.
therefore it's public.
No, it's not public, but you have data you don't want to share. Companies have internal data they don't want people outside of the company to
Exactly.
see. So
Okay.
the employees are putting it in the ChatGPT, which is a no-no.
Mm. So they may be putting in company reports, quarterly numbers, things that are for upcoming
Internal data.
mm,
So
mm.
that's what's happening. So Bing Chat Enterprise is coming for company corporate level, so they can use Bing Chat and use the generative AI tools safely within. It'll be internally, so it's not going outside of the company. So that's basically what it is,
Hmm.
and it will work like Bing Chat. The way Bing works now, it will work that way. It's just an internal.
Intra thing. It's an
It's an
interesting.
intra, yeah, it's an intra company thing instead of it you going outside of the company. Okay.
So they can have their own little personal Bing thing.
Your own little playground.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. So that's with Microsoft. Now let's move on to OpenAI. There's a lot of things going on there. So if you haven't heard, I believe the meeting is today with the White House. So top AI companies are visiting the White House to make voluntary safety commitments. So this is voluntary. They're getting voluntary commitments from 7 of the biggest AI developers, and they're looking at shared safety and transparency goals ahead of a planned executive order from the Biden administration. And I
Mm.
believe they met with Vice President Kamala Harris a few months ago. So that was
Yes.
the beginning of it because Biden is going to put an executive order in that the AI companies have to abide by certain rules. So they're allowing the companies to come in and they're making the rules together is what it is. So they have a
That's a
meeting
good
today.
thing.
Yeah,
That's a good thing
yeah.
because we
Because there was the letter saying to stop AI, and I said, "Oh, that's ridiculous. We're not stopping AI, but the government is getting involved, which is a good thing because our government is always slow to new tech. I'm just
mhm.
putting it out there. It's the truth. They're slow to new tech. They're slow to get on the bandwagon and all that
Yes,
other
they are.
stuff. I think with Obama's administration, his was the only one that was forward thinking as far as tech. Because I think he had a tech czar or a
Well,
tech
I
person.
think too the fact that we have Jill Biden in in the bedroom, and she is an educator.
Right. But still, what I'm saying is tech as a whole, not education. Tech as a
Yeah,
whole
but I'm
has
talking
not
about
been.
to move the conversation forward. You know what I'm saying? To get
Yeah,
him
but
to
I don't
move the
think her.
conversation
I
forward.
mean, she might have some insight, but
No, not insight,
mhm.
influence to get it done. You know what I mean? Like you need to have a meeting with these people.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, but that's on a personal level. I'm
Yeah.
thinking more of when Obama was in, he had an actual tech department, which they didn't have
Mm,
before. He
gotcha.
had a tech czar, like a
Ah,
leader, like the person, like they had a drug czar or this czar or
yes.
that. So Obama was the first one to make a whole department or agency,
Mm,
and then who came in and dismantled it. So Biden is putting it back together.
thank
So they're
goodness.
starting with OpenAI. Remember, not OpenAI. They started with generative AI, which was not as prominent as it was now when Obama was in office. So,
Mhm.
we always said these tools were here, but they're really to the forefront now. So they're
Yes.
having a meeting today. The companies are
Mhm.
Amazon, Anthropic, Google, Inflection, Meta, Microsoft, and OpenAI. So they're going to talk about several things about security, cybersecurity, inside things they can do, third party protecting third party data. Watermarking is one of the things on the list. Prioritizing research on societal risks like systematic bias or privacy issues. So they're talking about a lot of things today, which is good. So that I believe that meeting is going on today. And one more from OpenAI, they are launching a customized instruction for Chat GPT. Now, this one is a little, if you use Chat GPT, the free one, you don't get
Mhm.
this.
Okay.
Anything that updates come from Chat GPT or for Chat GTP Plus users who pay the I think it's $20 a month.
Okay.
So if you are Chat GPT Plus user, they have
Mhm.
something called custom instructions, is where you can put, there's a box where you can put in things it should always know about you so you don't have to keep repeating yourself with instructions. Because the way the Chat GPT Plus works, and Bing too, when you initiate a chat, you want to tell it at the beginning, you want to prime it to give you the information you need, and it goes through that thread or that chat. But once you start a new chat, it's like wiping the slate clean.
Gotcha.
So ChatGPT is putting in your settings. You can put in things that Chat GPT should start with all the time, so you don't have to tell it every time. So think of it
Okay.
as it's not the blackboard. The kids don't use blackboards anymore. They have the whiteboards or whatever they
Whiteboard.
have.
Mhm.
Hook the computer, but when you erase it, that's what
Mhm.
that's what happens when you start a new chat. You're erasing the board, and sometimes you don't want to erase the board because then you got to start from step one. And you don't want ChatGPT to do that, so it has a setting where you can put in instructions. So they're saying examples is if you're a teacher, you can put in I teach third grade into your custom instructions so that every time you ask, you start a new chat, the bot knows to give you the information for the right age group. So if you're a third grade teacher, you don't want to give them information that's college grade level. So
Mhm.
you tell it
Or the
right.
vocabulary is over there.
The vocabulary is the inflection and everything. So ChatGPT knows you're a third grade teacher. You don't have to keep saying it every time.
Mhm.
You put
Mhm.
it in your settings, and every time you go in, ChatGPT will give you the results based on the third grade level or whatever information you put in there. That's just one of the examples with a teacher. Another example was if you use it for recipes and getting information about cooking for your family, you could say, I have a family of 6 people. One person is lactose intolerant, another person has an allergy, another. So you can put that in there in your
Mm.
custom settings, so you don't have to keep typing that over and over. See, that's
Okay.
that's what it's for.
Oh, that's good.
Right. So it's called custom instructions, and you have
Mhm.
to be a ChatGPT Plus user. Okay, so that's from OpenAI. Another one, OpenAI, and I forgot to put the title, but the U.S. Federal Trade Commission is launching an investigation into Chat GPT creator OpenAI to see whether the intelligence company violated consumer protection laws by scraping public data and publishing false information through its chatbot. So there's several lawsuits going on, but this one is coming from the government, from the FTC. So they sent OpenAI a 20-page letter requesting detailed information on this AI technology, products, customers, privacy safeguards, and data security arrangements. So they
Mhm.
want information about whether OpenAI is engaging in unfair or deceptive privacy or data security practices, or if it has engaged in deceptive practices that could risk harm to users. Because the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, they oversee anything that has to do with consumer rights and protections and things like
Mhm.
that. So they're putting together an investigation. So we'll see what goes with that. The OpenAI founder says that we protect user privacy and design our systems to learn about the world, not private individuals. It's super important to us that our technology is safe and pro consumer, and we are confident we follow the law. So that's the response from the CEO of OpenAI. Now, the other lawsuits going on, say Sarah Silverman, she's a comedian. There's
Mm-hmm.
a couple of book authors. They've got not investigations, but they've got lawsuits coming.
Okay.
OpenAI and Facebook with Meta. So it's OpenAI and Meta. So they're not just picking on OpenAI for copyright infringement. They're saying that the company's AI systems were illegally trained by exposing them to data sets containing illegal copies of their work. So you know that all these tools, the AI tools, they learn from a set of data. So the set of data is what was available publicly on the web. So
Okay.
they're trying to figure out. Sarah Silverman and these other people are trying to say, well, OpenAI used copyrighted material, which they didn't
Mm.
have the right to. So this is all going to go through the court system. It's going to take a long time to figure out.
Yes.
So we'll just keep our eye on that. Okay. So that's what's
Mm-hmm.
going on with AI.
Wow.
Now let's move on to YouTube. YouTube is raising the premium rate. Their premium subscription, the individual plan, is going $2 more in the US. So it was $11.99 for YouTube Premium. Now it's going to $13.99 a month. So they're saying that okay, here's the quote. We're updating the price for YouTube Premium and YouTube Music Premium subscribers in the US to continue delivering great service and features. We believe this new price reflects the value of YouTube Premium, which allows subscribers to enjoy ad-free YouTube with background and offline play and uninterrupted access to over 100 million songs with the YouTube app. So there's, and also it costs more if you subscribe through Apple, because you know you can subscribe to different things in the Apple App Store. So they
Yes.
say if you use the App Store, it's $18.99 a month. 80
Whoa.
for YouTube Premium, not the TV. Because remember they got the YouTube TV and all
Yeah,
that.
that's 60 something. Yes.
This is YouTube Premium, the one that lets you see ad free videos and the YouTube Music.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
the cost of all the streaming stuff is going up.
Yes. They recognize their value now.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
people
So
people
things are going up. And then we got the writer strike and the SAG actor. So they're gonna have to give those people in those unions what they want.
Mhm.
Not 100%, but they're gonna meet what they meet their demands. And guess what? These companies are gonna say, okay, we gotta pay for that. We gotta offset that. So we're gonna raise the price of the subscription. So look
Yes.
for that. Whenever they resolve the writer strike and the SAG AFTRA, just hold on to your hat. Netflix and all these other people, Disney and all them are gonna raise their prices. It's guaranteed.
Yeah, they always pass it on to the consumer.
Guaranteed, honey, guaranteed. So just hold on. I'm just saying, hold on. Here's a FYI or PSA note. Google is deleting inactive Gmail accounts if you haven't logged in for 2 years.
Mhm.
So if you have some Gmail accounts out there that you've made and you forgot the password or you forgot you made and it's been 2 years and you haven't logged on, Google is going to delete those starting on December 1st, 2023. But they will give you lots of reminders and things before they delete the account. They
Okay.
will not delete any accounts that have uploaded YouTube videos. So if you have an old Gmail account and you've used it to upload videos, but you haven't uploaded in 2 years or you haven't signed in or anything, they're not going
Mhm.
to delete those accounts because it's connected to YouTube.
Okay.
And they're
That's
saying,
nice.
yeah, so they're saying, okay, now the one caveat is that if you have a subscription to Google One, which is where you pay for storage, they're not going to
Mhm.
delete your account because you're paying.
Mm.
So that's
Okay.
just a PSA FYI if you hadn't heard of that, which I didn't before this week. I was like,
I
wait a
had not
minute.
heard of that.
Yeah, so if you made a Gmail account and you have not logged in, so all you got to
Mm-hmm.
do is log in.
Okay.
All you got to do is log in. But if you don't remember the password or remember, I have somewhere I don't remember the email. I'm like, well, those are going to be lost because I don't remember. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
always making Gmail accounts because it's free. One more for I should have put this on the end, but this is one more AI story. So
Uh-huh.
Apple has been secretly building an Apple GPT to rival
Mm.
Chat GPT. Apple. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, Apple has been quietly developing its own generative AI tools while everybody else is battling it out in public. They're in the back making their Apple GPT. So this is anonymous sources to Bloomberg said that Apple has built its own framework to make large language models. The system, the system that run the Chat GPT and the Bard. So theirs is called Ajax. So they have their own chatbot based on this Ajax. Apple staffers are calling it Apple GPT, which will probably stick. That name will probably stick. The news came out this week and it sent Apple stock up 2.3%, and they added on a 71 billion valuation to their $3 trillion valuation
Wow.
based off of the news. Hasn't been um it hasn't been confirmed by Apple. This is rumor.
Mm-hmm.
So a rumor that Apple is building a Chat GPT sent their stock soaring to where their valuation went to 7.1 billion in a day.
Wow.
That's big news. So if Apple makes a Chat GPT, who's gonna be using it? All the Apple people.
Oh,
And they're gonna
absolutely.
what? They're gonna drop their Chat GPT subscription.
Mm,
So
mm-hmm.
this is one to keep an eye on. It would have been nice to buy some Apple stock before Wednesday.
Yep,
You would have made a nice little chunk of change.
exactly.
So, some Apple staffers are saying that they believe that Apple is going to make the announcement next year. So,
Okay.
here's the deal: you buying stock, you want to buy some Apple stock. I suggest you do it now
Mm-hmm.
before this announcement comes out next year, because this little news made the stock price go up 2.3%. So, there you go. All right. TikTok has they're working on their music app. Remember, I think we talked about it before. They have a TikTok music that they're rolling out. I believe it was Brazil and another country.
Uh-huh.
Indonesia and Brazil. They rolled this out 2 weeks ago in those two countries. Now they're rolling it out in Australia, Mexico, and Singapore. It's a closed beta test.
Mm.
So the participants get a 3 month free trial of the TikTok music service. Here's the quote: TikTok music is a new kind of music service that combines the power of music discovery on TikTok with a music streaming service offering millions of tracks from thousands of artists. Participating users can join the beta by downloading the TikTok music app either by visiting music.tiktok.com or directly from the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. So they're saying that you could get this if you're one of the selected users because it's in closed beta. So that means the
Mhm.
select group of users. So this new TikTok music has its own app, but it also can be linked to your TikTok account, allowing users to listen, share, and download music that they discover through the social media platform. Users will also be able to share their favorite TikTok music tracks and artists with their community on the main TikTok app. So there's going to be a lot of things you could do with it. So think of it as Spotify connected to your TikTok account. So that's going to be really fun for the influencers that are already, they're doing their thing and having fun with TikTok. So this is one more tool for them to use. All right, so let me see before I get to that last one. Let's talk about Meta. Whew.
Oh my. Okay.
So my, it's not bad.
Oh, good.
So Meta has announced that they have GPT tool. So we have OpenAI, we have Microsoft, Apple announced this week, and now Meta says that they have one available. All right. So theirs is called Llama 2 Large Language Model. The acronym is LLAMA, Large Language Model Meta AI. And that's just a description of like how it gathers the data. So they built an artificial intelligence system that rivals the likes of ChatGPT and Google's Bard and Bing, but they're taking a different approach. They're just free. They're just going to be announced for free. So Meta has partnered with Microsoft. So they're going to allow developers that use Microsoft tools to choose between Meta's Llama and OpenAI's GPT model when building their AI experiences. So that's on the developer end. So they're saying Llama 2 will be made commercially available, free of charge,
Mm-hmm.
providing an alternative to what's available now from Google and everybody else. Meta wants to be a leader in this AI development race. So there's a bunch of
Yes.
people that want to be the leader. Meta has thrown its hat into the ring. So
Mhm.
Meta said the latest model was trained on a new mix of data from publicly available sources, which does not include data from Meta's products or services, but does not specify what data was used. It does say that Meta removed data from websites known to contain a high volume of personal information about private individuals.
Mhm.
So remember we talked about the lawsuits with OpenAI. So
Mhm.
FTC right now is going after OpenAI, but they're going to go after Meta. They're going to go after Apple. Any company that's building a GPT tool that could potentially look at consumer data, the FTC will come after. They're just starting with OpenAI. So
Mhm.
Meta is in this group too. So it's going to be free. It's going to be available. And here's the quote from Meta. Today at Microsoft Inspire, this is about the Microsoft joint venture. Today at Microsoft Inspire, Meta and Microsoft announced support for the Llama 2 family of large language models on Azure and Windows. Llama 2 is designed to enable developers and organizations to build generative AI powered tools and experiences.
Mm.
Meta and Microsoft share a commitment to democratizing AI and its benefits, and we are excited that Meta is taking an open approach with Llama 2. So that's where they're talking about the Microsoft Meta development or developers um, partnership. So they're not
Mm.
talking about the public one. That's two things going on. So there you go. Meta's getting their GPT ready. What do you think about that?
I I can't imagine what people are going to use that for on Facebook. I mean, or is it just going to be in the VR world?
No, this is Chat GPT. It's
Yeah,
not VR.
so they're going to be using it all over the web, developing stuff. Interesting. There'll be a lot more content coming at us.
Yeah, so I told you at the beginning of the year that there was going to be AI was going to be in every tool. So Microsoft, not Microsoft, Meta is going to put their GPT tool into Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So just get ready for that.
Hmm.
Um, I believe if you're a part of Google Labs, which is their experimentation section,
Uh huh.
they have today, well, not today, this week released their generative AI tool inside of the Google apps. Like if you use documents, sheets,
Yes.
the Google apps that are free,
Hmm.
and you're a part of Google Labs, you now have an AI tool right inside of Google Docs. So you can start a Google Doc
Hmm.
and there's a button and you tell it what you want, just like you do with ChatGPT and Bing, and it's right inside of your document. So
Wow.
that started this week, but you have to be a part of Google Labs for that.
Okay.
That's another PSA FYI if you didn't know. So you want to go to Google Labs,
Yes.
LABS, Google Labs, and sign up. Now one more from Meta. Oh no, there's a couple. No, there's two more. So let me talk about this one. So Meta has launched WhatsApp for Wear OS. So WhatsApp for Wear OS enables people using a Google powered smartwatch to start new chats, reply to messages, excuse me, reply to messages and answer calls via WhatsApp on your Google powered smartwatch. Okay, so
Mm.
they're putting the app on the Google smartwatch.
Okay.
So they're saying you'll be able to fully access WhatsApp functionality on the watch. So here's the example: when you're out for a run or walk with a dog, you'll be able to stay in touch, even if you want to leave your phone behind. So I'm not sure about how the Google Watch works, but I know with the Apple Watch, you have to have the phone with you.
Yes.
So
I,
they're saying here, maybe Google works differently and you can leave the watch I mean the phone, the Android phone behind. I don't know because I don't have the Google Watch, but this is what it's saying, that you want to take it and use WhatsApp to do a voice message, to reply to message and answer calls using WhatsApp. The WhatsApp is on the phone. I mean on the watch, not the phone, on the
mm-hmm.
watch. So I
Mm-hmm.
have not investigated this. So anybody that has the Google Watch and you have a Google phone, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
But I know with the Apple Watch and phone, they have to be in proximity.
They do.
You have to be in proximity. You cannot. Because I think one time I left my phone at home and I went out and had my watch and I was like trying to do stuff on the watch and it wasn't working. I was like, "What's
Mm-hmm.
going on?" Oh, I left my phone. I left my phone behind. So take a look at that. We're interested in that. Google people, I call it Google people. All right, one more. This has to do with Threads. Now, Threads
Okay.
is the new app from Meta that
Yes.
had the 100 million users sign up in a couple of days, and everybody was talking about it. So now they're saying that the daily active users have declined 70%.
Woo.
It came out from to its to decline 70% from its peak. This is data from Sensor Tower. An average time users spent in apps decreased to 4 minutes from 19 minutes. That information is from SimilarWeb. So
Mm-hmm.
they're saying that there's been a sharp decline
In use.
in usage of Threads,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
this is to be expected. I'm not shocked because of the what goes up must come down. So I've seen a lot of people saying they don't know what to do with it, which is understandable.
Exactly.
But what's happening is that it's an app that has to find its way. So it will find its way. Just to give it time. So people are this is the hype. The hype was building. Oh, it was the fastest. When there's hype on the news, people rush over to see. And
Mm-hmm.
if they can't understand what's happening or how to use it, they will drop it. Understandably, it's a tool. I don't know. It's a hammer. I don't know how to use it, so I'm not going to use it. I'm going to get
It's
frustrated, right?
just in the garage and it's just there. So if I ever need it, I got a hammer.
But here's the key to this, and this is why I say, as a business owner, use Threads. The people that like Threads are there.
Mm-hmm.
Sticky. I call it sticky. They're stuck there. Well, not stuck. I mean, they're there because they want to be there, but they're having actual conversations with people. They're having communications. They're messaging and everything. The messaging is different. So I've heard a lot of people. Well, not heard, but you know what I mean. I'm on the internet and I hear people go, "Well, what do I do with it?" Well, what do you
Mm-hmm.
do when you go to Twitter? Oh, I heard a lot of people say they don't use Twitter. Well, if you don't use Twitter, you're not going to use Threads because it's text based.
Okay.
So my thing is, and this is based on personal experience, I've seen engagement on my Instagram go up just from
Mm.
me using Threads, because I'm
Okay.
not a big poster on Instagram. Even though I should do more on Instagram, I don't, just because of time constraints. But I've been on Threads for the last, what has it been, 2 weeks? I've been on there. I went to my professional dashboard, and let me go to it right now. So you go to your professional dashboard on Instagram, it's your analytics. When you go to your profile, it says
Mm-hmm.
professional dashboards. And before I even go into it, it says 156 accounts reached in the last 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
156 accounts. reached in the last days, and I've only done 2 posts in 2 weeks on Instagram.
Mm,
But here's
okay.
my engagement. So when I go into the dashboard, there's a nice bar chart. Let me show you it. Let me see. Can you see that?
Yeah, we can
What do
see
you
the bar
see?
chart.
You see low, low, low. And what's that?
I see a couple of spikes.
What's all that spike? What is that? What do you think that is?
I guess that's when you
Me
went on
using threads.
Threads. Mm,
Me
mhm,
using threads. That is engagement. Hello.
mhm,
Numbers don't lie. So that's what I'm saying. There's all the hype about threads suck. I don't like threads. What do you do with it? The people that know what they're doing are loving it because,
mm,
and I explained this in my post. If you want to go to Instagram and see, it's because you're getting in front of new people. As a business owner, what do you want? New customers.
new customers.
How do you get it? Exposure. What is
Mhm,
threads? Exposure. I
mhm,
don't care that it's a drop off. I don't care because when I'm in there, the people that I'm following, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm going to get to the imperfections. When I'm in there, the people that are they're engaging. People are engaging,
mhm,
and it's a small group. But over on Twitter, when I go to Twitter, I'm gonna tell you what I see. I see a post and an ad, a post and an ad, a post and an ad, and then the posts aren't quality things. They're fight videos, accident videos, stuff that I don't want to see. It seems
mhm,
like there's a lot of junk on Twitter. And it wasn't like that before Elon bought it. So if there's junk, do you want to sit amongst junk? Do you want to eat a nice fine meal amongst garbage?
mm.
No. You leave, right? If you're next to the kitchen at a nice restaurant, are you happy? No,
No.
because they're coming in and out, coming in and out. So what I'm saying is the experience of using an app has a lot to do with it. I don't care about the numbers.
Mhm,
Because one, it's Meta. And they say, oh, well, Meta's going to get rid of it, not threads. They're not getting rid of threads. They're not getting rid of it. They're going to put
mhm,
more resources into it. Here's another thing. They are actively working on fixing the problems. And one of the problems, the main ones that I have at, I have at Zuckerberg, I have at I have at everybody. Like I sent messages and tagged, like, when will we get a following feed? A following feed is the people that I follow, not
mhm,
everybody that's using threads. Right now, when you go in, you might see everybody that's using threads. And I'm like, we don't like that. So a lot of people have left because of that. But that is the number one thing they're working on. So
mm,
when they get that following feed in, more people are gonna like using it because that following feed is gonna show me people that I follow, not
mhm.
hundreds of thousands of people that I don't know.
Yes.
So once I and there's a couple other things. So people have a laundry list of do this, do that. They want DMs, they want hashtags. Yes, 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 yes. I agree. Those things are coming. So when I read stories about the 70% decline in usage, well, Meta's happy with whatever they're getting because the people that they're getting are sticking with the app.
Yes.
All the wheat from the chaff. Is it chaff or chaff? It's chaff. Wheat from the chaff.
Mhm,
Harvest time. You get rid of what you don't want and need.
mhm,
So the
mhm,
70%, bye bye, we don't need you. The people
mhm,
that's staying is going to have a lovely time because one is connected to the Instagram. So you could talk about something on threads and say, hey, go check it out on my Instagram. And Instagram is where you got your system set up to sell.
mhm.
So it's a two-part thing. So these kind of stories about threads drop off and all that, they don't concern me because of this,
Uh-huh.
because
Mhm.
of this, that spike. So that's just my 2 cents about threads. So that's what's going on with threads. They're saying that there's a 70% drop off. You're going to see all of the stories about threads as a failure. Nobody's using
Mm.
it. Well, nobody's using Twitter.
Well,
I can guarantee you that. The only people over using Twitter are certain people, and it's 4 letters, and I'm not gonna say the 4 letters, but it starts with an M. Those people are on Twitter. having a good
Mhm.
old time. Let them. Let them
Mhm.
play in the pool that they created. We're moving to a clean, fresh, nice pool called Threads. So, um, this is one of the things that media does, which I hate. They will have a talking point, and then they
Mhm.
all run with it, and then people who don't investigate fully for themselves will run with it also. Just like this, a good example of this is the Snapchat story.
Uh-huh.
Snapchat has been around. Let me check for a minute because I want to make sure that I get when Snapchat started. I think it was okay, here we go. September 16th, 2011. So Snapchat started in 2011. We're now 2023. What is that? 12 years?
Mhm.
Ever since Snapchat has been out, people said Snapchat is dead. I could go back to 2011 and pull up stories from actual journalists, tech journalists saying Snapchat is dead. Nobody uses Snapchat. Well, it's 2023. Who's using Snapchat? And I always say, who uses Snapchat? 13 to 24.
Mhm.
So that group loves Snapchat. And I would even say going up to maybe 30. I would say 13 to 30. So there's always stories put out that this app is dead. That
Uh,
app is dead. Now, some of them have come true. Like they said about Google Plus was dead, yes, but Google Plus, that's another story because Google will not support their experiments. Because to them, to Google Plus was an experiment, and to us, it
mhm.
was something else. But and Blab, I'll put Blab in there. All those things that died, but Snapchat is still around, even though they're like Snapchat is dead. Snapchat is dead. It's like every year Snapchat is dead, and I'm like, it's dead for you because you're 45 or and up. But if you're 30 and under, Snapchat is popping. It's just
Gotcha.
it's a different animal. It's
Yes.
social media and private messaging all rolled up together. And there's a
Mhm.
core user, a core group of users that will use Snapchat. They're happy with it. So that's why I say I don't listen to the talk. So that's the news about Threads. Now I got one more, and this is Amazon.
What's going on in
Um,
Amazon?
let me see if you can guess if this is the story that I'm happy with. I just gave you a clue.
Okay.
All right, this is Amazon. Pay with your palm at Whole Foods.
Oh, yes. Yes, I saw that story. It was great. I'm glad you're sharing it because I was going to share it. I said, no, maybe she'll get to it.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Pay
see,
with
so
your,
Tara Lee, that excites me that Tara Lee is excited.
you know,
I
I
am
like
very
those kinds of
excited.
stories.
But I've been talking about Amazon, and this system is called Amazon One. I've been talking about this for a few years because they had an Amazon Go store here
Yes.
in New York where, and if you can go on Google, you can go on YouTube and see the video that the person walks in, gets a basket, you walk through the little turnstile. It's like a turnstile, but you don't turn anything. It's just those. You know how you go in an office building and have those. They have a name. The little things that you walk through that scan you and all that other stuff.
The security thing. Yeah.
You put your ID on it. That kind of thing. So when you walk in the Amazon Go store, you walk in and you
Through the
just pick what you want.
turnstile.
Right.
Mhm.
You pick what you want, put it in your basket, and you walk out. You don't
And
go to a
they
cash.
have those at the airport too, Terry,
Yes.
in
Yes.
Dallas. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. The technology they have for the what's it called? The system where it lets you go through and you don't have to check in. It has a name.
Oh,
The
yeah.
government it's a government program. You sign up for it and you pay for it. It has
Oh,
a name.
TSA? The
TSA pre is it pre-check?
pre-check.
There's
Yeah.
a couple of things they have. They have something in your hand. They have something they're working on with your eyes. Okay, so that technology works in this grocery store. So it's
Okay.
Amazon One put it together a few years ago and they made a store. I'm not sure if the store is open, but what they've done now is they have it where you pay with your palm, you scan your palm. A part of the Amazon One, it's a service that lets you link your Amazon account and payment information to your palm print.
Yes.
Once your palm print is in Amazon system, you can hover your palm over an Amazon One scanner and it will charge the payment method that's tied to your Amazon account. So the story said, they rolled it out in some of the Gold stores. Now they tested it in 200 Whole Foods locations in
Whole Foods.
California, New York, Texas, and several other states. They
Yes.
also used it in restaurants like Panera Bread. So what they're
Yes.
saying now is that all of the Whole Food stores will have this technology available. So it's like they're saying like over 500. So they started out with a small group at Whole Foods. Now they're saying every Whole Foods store, and it uses Amazon One contactless payment method, and it's an identification service. So
Yes.
Amazon has put this technology in sports stadiums, raceways, and casinos, enabling venues to use palm scans as a way to verify guests' age when purchasing age restricted items like alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So now, this is a form of biometric identification, and I think I've said before about wearables and biometric and
Yes.
conversion of human and technology. This is another form of that. So, there is some pushback though. There's some scrutiny. Amazon is currently facing a lawsuit that accuses its Amazon Go stores of tracking New York customers' body shape, size, and palm prints without their knowledge. There's also the privacy concerns. Okay, so that's a part of it. So Amazon will store your palm signature in the cloud instead of locally on a device like Apple. Apple uses Face ID and is stored on the device, not stored in the cloud. So they're saying that there's some wrinkles to smooth out, but this technology is exciting, and you can go in the store and pay with just boop and go. You can go to the stadium to the Beyonce concert, boop, go and get in your seat, or go to the football game or to whatever game. You can go to the restaurant, you can go to McDonald's or whatever. Whenever this technology gets to where it's getting, you're
Mm-hmm.
just gonna do this, and I
And we
love it.
And we saw that in Sweden, right? When
Yeah.
with the public transportation system, was it their thumb? They had
Yes.
the thumb technology.
Yes.
Now, but I love that article. I saw it with,
Hmm.
and but they still had a place for you to put your card in,
Yes,
and
they
then
still
you have
have
your
the
game.
little machine. So
Yes.
it's not like, well, I can't shop there if I don't, because people are going to refuse to do that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But you're already, and I said this when Threads came out, you're already in the system. You are, if you use Facebook, you're already giving them data. If you use
Mhm.
WhatsApp, you're already giving them data. If you have an Amazon account, you're already giving them data. You're already in there. If you have Amazon Prime, you've already signed up for the ID system, but it doesn't have your biometric. This is a biometric level that I'm excited about. Charlie's excited about.
I'm
You should be
excited
excited
about
about,
it.
because I love convenience.
I
This
do
is
too.
my thing. Technology is here to
Mhm.
make our lives faster, better, easier. It's not perfect. I'm not saying perfect. I'm saying easier. So I'm in the line. I this is my pet peeve behind people that are just watching the lady or the person ring up their purchases, and then they go, oh, then they start digging through. What?
You
I'm
knew
the
you were
kind of
next.
person, I got
You've
my
been
car.
in this
I'm
line,
ready to go. I want to go. If
and
if
we've
my
been in
if
this
my
line for
local
20
store
minutes.
if my local store had self checkout, I would be there in a minute. Also, I went to we have Rite Aid grocery stores here, and they have the self checkout. I go right to that. I don't want to stand in the line and wait behind people that are fumbling. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna apologize. Fumbling for this, fumbling for that. If you got your phone in your hand, you can pay with your phone. I love going places where I can tap and go. Tap and go was my thing. So now I don't even have to open my phone. I don't have to open my wallet. I don't have.
That's what I liked about it. That's what I
Hello,
liked about it. I
this
do
is
not
where we're going.
I
Hmm.
do not have to get my stuff out, lay my phone down and forget it by accident. You know what I'm saying? Because you're distracted, maybe the grandkids or somebody's talking to
Something
you.
is distract. If you're not alone, something distract you. A child, or this, or that. Somebody distracting you. So
And
this is my pet. Oh, I hate this. When I go to the store and they're fumbling, and I'm going to tell you a story. The last I went a couple of times, and there was somebody there that had coins wrapped in napkins, and
stop.
I'm like, I got in the wrong
Okay.
line, and I'm like, okay, let me calm down because
Woosah.
this is
Woosah.
how they're paying. Coins wrapped up in napkins, and the
Mhm.
cashier, God bless, she had to sit there and she had to, and the time is ticking. Time is ticking. And I'm not saying that like I'm an important person. I gotta rush. I just don't like things that are
Unnecessary
un.
stuff.
That's the word. I do not like things where it's unnecessarily a delay or this doesn't have to happen.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. So this is how I am. So this story, when I read about paying with your palm,
I just thought that was exceptional, and the fact that it's gonna be in Whole Food stores.
yes, all of the Whole Foods. And here's another thing: if you haven't seen, I saw this video somewhere online where someone was in a Kroger or one of the grocery stores, and they had the shopping cart, and the shopping cart has I believe this is Amazon's technology. Also, they make a shopping cart. When you put things in the cart, it
It
automatically adds
scans
it
it,
to the little, yeah. It automatically scans it with there's a screen where you
which
hand where
makes
you,
sense.
yes, you put it
Because
in.
think
It's
about it,
scanned.
all you needed really was a battery-operated hand scanner.
Right. And it doesn't, you don't even have to touch it to anything. The whole basket, the whole shopping cart is the scanner. The whole shopping cart is the scanner. You put something in, it scans it. You take it out, it deducts it. And you pay on the little screen once you're done. And you can leave.
Which makes sense.
I love it. Now you're gonna have people say, well, what about the cashier jobs? Well, we have, if you haven't been paying attention, ChatGPT AI tools are here. Things are happening where you're gonna have to retrain yourself. And I think I mentioned this before. A lot of states have free retraining programs to have,
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
technology jobs. Here's another industry, green jobs. Green jobs is going to be the biggest thing ever.
Mhm.
So, yes, green jobs, green tech. Now, Biden has this whole initiative that they were trying to stop a few, like last year or something, and it's going through, and he's putting money into the system to where they're going to train you on green jobs. So, guess what? You don't need to be a cashier. You can go get one of these great jobs in green technology and investigate it. And there's other industries. So, we're going to have to make a shift. But the good thing is that we have an administration that's looking at that and going, people need to be retrained if we're going to
Yes.
move to climate initiatives and green technology and things that's going to help the environment and the planet. He realizes that. So there's going to be money and training for that. You
And
have to
there
do,
always has been. When an
yes, yes,
industry is disrupted,
yes,
your unemployment office
yes. It's
knows
always
that,
been there.
and they set money aside, grants, so that
Hmm.
states can, in fact, retrain people.
Yes, and
And
it's, some of it is, and the way we work now is all, some of it will be online. So you
mhm,
don't have to worry about, well, I got to do this. I got so, but my thing is that it's always been there. You have to investigate and find the knowledge. You have to seek the knowledge. It's not gonna come knocking on your door. Hey, job. No, it's not gonna do that. Or new training. Or you have
mhm,
to do that. You have to say, I'm in an industry that's evolving. We don't need cashiers. We don't need them because the technology is here for that. And that palm technology, you heard in the story that they're using it in stadiums for alcohol consumption. They're going to use it
mhm.
for all kind of things that are age restricted, like minors shouldn't have cigarettes. Palm shouldn't have alcohol. Palm, you shouldn't be vaping. Palm, everything that you buy is going to be that. It's coming, just like what Terry was saying about what we were talking about earlier. The car, was it the cars, or what was it? The
Oh, with the
story.
cars, they're gonna be,
Yes.
autopiloted.
So those things are coming. You have to get used to them.
Mhm,
I'm just
mhm.
sorry that that's what technology is
I
doing
I
to the
think
world.
that the best thing you can do is go to drone operator school. I
That
mean, there's
too.
so many things that are drone operated.
Yeah.
The delivery carts for food that
Yeah.
did what do you call it,
It's
deploying.
a mindset shift that we're in right
Mhm,
now, and the technology is leading. And especially when ChatGPT came out, there was a lot of moaning and groaning about this and that. And I'm like, well, this is your opportunity to get on it now, because the government is going to train you, sometimes for free or low cost. You have to do the legwork of investigating and
mhm.
finding the information out. And don't say that you can't because you got one of these.
Yes.
You got
No,
one of these.
I don't think there's any cost for training at your one stop, and
Right.
one stops are all over the country.
Hmm.
They're your former
But what
and
I'm saying
former
is that
criminal
people will
officer.
have the mindset of resisting change.
Let's make the shift.
Right.
Yes.
Resisting change and not wanting to seek out the information that's free and available. Because
Hmm.
our government, that's one of the good things about your money. You're paying taxes. Your money is going into making stuff available for people that need it.
Hmm. And
So,
they even have training for people over 55 and over to
yeah.
help them make the shift. So,
Yes.
there's no excuse.
There's no excuse, none. So I don't want to hear it. So this is my. I love this story. I was loving it when they did the Amazon Go store. I was loving it when they made the cart because I'm all about convenience and freeing
Hmm.
myself up for things that I want to do, which
Hmm.
I like, work and stuff, but also for fun, things
Hmm.
that you have for leisure and mental health and making yourself feel
Yes.
better. So if you can shave time off of the mundane repetitive tasks and it goes
Hmm.
to fun stuff, I'm all for that. I'm all for
Exactly.
that. So there you go. So that's the social media news update for this week.
Wow, TJ, that was good. I really
Thank
enjoyed,
you.
especially that last story about Amazon. I'm all about it.
Hmm.
And I'd
Hmm.
seen that story and I downloaded it and saved it in my
Good.
settings. So I'm
Good.
really glad you covered it.
Um, there's a question. Hey,
Yes.
Fran. Fran has a question.
Francie, is the palm inside the skin?
No, they scan. It's like a thumbprint.
It's just the
It's
outside of
just
your
your
hand.
outside. It's a scan. It's not
You just hold it
anything.
over, just like you do your thumbprint
Yes.
on your
'Cause
phone,
remember when
remember?
the old iPhone we had to do the thumb,
The
and now we do the
difference
face.
is you don't touch the circle, right, TJ?
Right. No, you
I
don't touch.
saw it
You just
hovering over
it
the
hovers.
circle.
I wish I
Yeah.
had the picture.
Oh,
Let me
I
see if
have
I
I
can find.
have
You
the
have it. Pull it up so we can
hold on.
we can
Let's see.
see.
Let me see what's
But
going
the
on here.
initial resistance is going to be to scanning your palm. But
Hmm.
I say you're already in the system. If you've got a face ID phone, just scanning your phone. I mean, scanning your face. The thumb. There's a couple other places. Some jobs do biometrics of your
Yeah.
thumb or your eye. So you already it's stuff
Can
that's
you,
already done.
can you see that,
There
TJ?
it is. Yeah. Click. See if you can click on it.
It'll pay wave of your hand. Well, it went into this article and it didn't really show what I wanted to show.
And it's okay.
Let's
There.
see.
That's good.
But
We can see
I'm
there.
going to magnify it. Hold on, so
Okay.
you can see a little better.
Yeah, that's it. You just hover over and see how the
The
rest
hand
of the
is,
scan. If you want to use a card, there's a section. If you want to use your card.
yeah. So maybe they can see that a little better. Can you see that good?
Yeah. No, that's good.
Okay.
And you just pass your.
You're not touching it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it scans. The initial setup is it scans your palm.
Says Amazon will let you pay with a wave of your hand
Hmm.
at all Whole Food stores.
Yeah, just how you set it when you get a new phone and you gotta put your thumb on and keep saying put the thumb, and it does the thumbprint. It does the whole hand instead of the thumb.
Hmm.
And this is Amazon, and it's connected to your Amazon ID. If you have a Prime, all of that's gonna be tied up.
But it's
So
touchless,
yes,
which is good.
so you don't have to fumble. But see,
And you can,
I love the Gold Store even better. Like just go in and out.
okay.
Like I don't
Now,
have to.
here's what Fred says. So they attach your payment method to your person.
You scan goes into your Amazon ID, whatever you have now, like Amazon Prime. Everything goes in Amazon Prime. Your scan goes into Amazon Prime. Whatever payment you have set up in Amazon, that's what's used.
It,
And if you want to switch it, if you can go on Amazon, you can put more than one credit card, or you can. I think you can put checking account, you can put savings account, you can put credit cards. If you have
mhm.
FSA account, you can all put all of that in your Amazon account, and you decide which one is the default
What you're
payment
using
section.
today.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
this is tied to your Amazon. I will say Prime, but they said Amazon ID. I will say Prime, but
Hmm.
you have to have an account, so it's tied to your account.
Yeah.
And so when you go in, it's the Amazon checking system. The Amazon One knows who you are when you scan.
Yeah.
So I
I,
love
I
that.
yeah, I really like that article. It was a winner.
Yeah. Oh, I was excited. I was like, ooh wee.
This is good. This is good
That and the
stuff.
shopping cart.
Exactly. But
So
I
the
like.
good thing about the shopping cart is that Amazon realized that everybody might not want to go to the Amazon Go store. So the
Mhm,
shopping cart will be in supermarket chains. Like I think it was in Kroger's and what is it, Wegmans and
mhm,
Publix and all any grocery store you can name. They're gonna
mhm,
sell these carts to them.
mhm,
Why? Because of convenience.
mhm,
And they don't have to do self checkout. Where self checkout is like some people are taking advantage of it.
mhm.
I've read some stuff online that people are taking advantage of the self checkout. Well, this you can't take advantage of because it has to go in the cart.
I don't see how you can take advantage of it because they have employees at the end of the self-checkout line.
No, but I was reading something on one of the
Um, they
forums this
found a
week
way.
that yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
So it's coming. Technology is going to change our lives. If you
Mhm,
watch the Jetsons cartoon show, you got a good idea what's coming.
mhm, mhm. Wow.
So I'm all for convenience. So I love these things. And I'm not saying it's technology is perfect.
Well, nothing is foolproof. People aren't foolproof. Cashiers
There's
aren't
people
foolproof.
bring up the privacy issues, and I say yes. I ask when we're talking about the threads, I ask people, do you have a Facebook? And obviously you have a Facebook account because you're on face. These conversations are happening on Facebook. Oh, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna get threads because they want too much data. I said, you're on your Facebook. You're using WhatsApp. You're using Instagram. What's your problem?
They don't maybe so they don't realize all this stuff is the same company.
I'm just saying, people on Facebook complaining about threads wanting data when they already got you.
you're on
So
Instagram and you on
I'm already
Facebook
there.
and you're
I'm
on
gonna enjoy
WhatsApp.
it. Like I said, I showed you my dashboard and I showed you that chart, and that
Mhm,
engagement is from me not being because I don't do a lot of posts on Instagram. I do mostly stories.
mhm.
So I know that when I see my dashboard that those little bars are low. And then I went and checked it this week and I was like, wait a minute, what's that big gigantic spike? That's me using threads.
Oh, see, there you
I'm
go.
just saying, I'm just gonna lay it out there. If you're a business owner, you should not be saying, well, what is this threads on? You go to threads and talk. What's so hard about? I don't understand why is it hard to ask a question or have a conversation or share your messaging or share who you are on threads.
Mhm,
I don't understand what the difficulty is. I think it's because, and this gets to real. I know we're gonna wrap it up, but just there's a thing, especially with the younger Gen Z, where they have the mental issue of being perfect because everybody's putting on a perfect persona. In threads, you can't do that.
mm.
You can't put a fake picture up. So you've heard the stories about influencers taking pictures and manipulating them to make them
Oh,
seem thin or perfect. Well, you
oh,
can't do that with threads. You can't do that with
you
text.
can't Photoshop stuff,
You
huh?
can't fake a thread. That's text, right?
Mm,
That's you talking. That's your opinion. So you can't fake that. I think a lot of that scares a lot of people because they're so used to putting on a false face.
wow.
So just my thoughts.
There you
But
go.
if you don't want to use threads, don't use it. But I'm using it.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited, particularly about this Palm Pay. I
Yes.
really like it.
Yes, that was a big story. And there's a
Mhm,
lot of AI stuff going on. So, like I said, AI and will be a big part of it. GPT and stuff will be a big part of how we talk for the rest
especially
of the year.
with Christmas shopping coming and things like that. I
Mhm.
look forward to that, to be able to just swipe my hand and get out of there. And I don't have to worry about people finding their phones and finding the
Fumbling
credit
for
card and
wallets
mm,
and I'm like, are you in a daydream? That you watching the lady or person, I keep saying lady, the person, scanning your food items, your items that you're buying, eventually she's gonna stop and gonna, ask you
for some payment.
Right. And usually when I shop, this is how I shop. I'm mentally adding up in my mind. So I already know how much it is. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
shock.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a shock. I'm adding up in my mind. Okay, that's $3.99. That's this, that. And I'm like, okay, that's about $60. So when I get there, when she says 65, I'm not shocked. I'm
Mm-hmm.
already ready with my card. But um, we're in the minority, Terry. So
Evidently, because I'm like you. I'm already got my
I got my
phone
card
out.
already.
My. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm ready. Pay and go. Because I got things to do. But that's it. That's these are my thoughts. So
We digress.
yes.
Okay. Well, guys, TJ, we want to thank you for enlightening us and bring us up to date on everything that's going on.
Hmm.
There's just so much going on, especially with AI.
Yep.
And we really appreciate you for that. And we now can be on the lookout from AI from Meta and these other
Apple.
forces that are and Apple that are
Hmm.
bringing it into their settings. With that, we want to remind everybody, hey, we're here Monday through Friday. You can find TJ here on Tuesdays
Hmm.
with social media strategies and Friday with our updates in tech. And you can find her on the web everywhere, Terry Johnson Online. Terry, we really appreciate you. We want to thank everybody who's been with us today and those of you who are listening on the replay. We just want to say thank you for all that you do and for your time. We want you to remember that BizChicks is here Monday through Friday, same time in your local area. If you're looking to be a part of us, just contact us here at bizchicks.net. And to join our community, we'd love for you to text biz to 33777 and become a part so that we can help share what it is and how you serve. Remember that we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle.
Hmm.
Have a great weekend, and we enjoy you. Want to say thank you again for your time. Thank you, TJ, for all that you
You're
do. We
welcome.
want to wish Fran well on her travels, and we want to say to everybody, have a great day. Bye bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.